Hello YouTube, how's everyone going? ladusgamingyt and welcome to our stream today. SMSA, good luck. 2381 Big Trash Talker. Alright, we'll find out. Puri, let's go. Hey man. Just insane. You're late, bro. Hey man, I'm late for so many things in life. You know, it's depressing, yes. Now I'm late for this Alliance quiz as well, which is going on in the background. TSL Lambu. Yay, he's alive. Hey man. Yeah, I'm kind of alive. So story with that. We'll start with the story and then we'll go into the KvK. I'm hoping that we do have a little bit of a time today to talk about everything. So yeah, let me do the quiz. Help out if you can. Actually, I'm just gonna go with what everyone picks so that I don't have to read too much. So guys, the wife had to travel urgently, so she left. The answer is always V. TSL Lambu, thank you for your donation, man.
TSN Lambo 1029 donated $5.05. The answer is always B.
Hey, it looks like the answer is B in this case. Lambu, thank you again, man. Nemesis, greetings from Sweden. Hey, good to have you here, Nemesis. So yeah, guys, as I was saying, the wife had to travel on an urgent basis, as in she just had to leave with no notice. She's away for like a month or something, and I got the two kids to look after for the next 2 months. So one of them is 9, that's M. Some of you guys probably know her already. She comes on our streams and videos from time to time. But then the other one is 2 years old, and I got like no leave. I have no leave left at work. Like I got zero balance on everything. That's including sick leave, carer leaves, recreation leave, everything combined. So I kind of have to work and then look after the two kids, especially the 2-year-old is like a nightmare to look after. So those things combined has been a little challenging to make time for YouTube. But then now that this beautiful KvK has started, Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt, okay, Memphis. So now that this beautiful KvK is about to start in 1365, and obviously we play in 1365, we have one of our accounts in 1365. Actually, I got 2 accounts. The second account is here. M's account is here as well in 1365. So we are definitely looking forward to this KvK, and the matchup of this KvK is what we wanted to talk about. Basically, look at the power ranking, the kill ranking, and everything for this very exciting KvK that's about to come up. And then there's few other things we need to probably get done today as well. So we got events, so we'll check out what events do we need to do. I think I haven't finished Ceruli or the other thing, Karwak. So there's quite a few things I need to do, and there's the Wheel of Fortune as well. So hopefully we get to do quite a lot of them together, but then we'll start off with talking about the KvK first, because I think that's the most interesting thing happening here. TSL Lambu, just mix some peppermint snaps in with the 2-year-old juice. They will sleep long time, hey man. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about that. We got to make sure he's well rested and self-sufficient, something along those lines. Somebody, hey man, hope you're happy with the game now. I'm not actually happy with the game, man. I'm kind of not happy with the game, but then at the same time, like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna quit at some stage. Like now, officially speaking, I don't really see a long-term future for myself in the game. I'm not saying the game is dying. I'm just saying that it's not really the game for me anymore. But then I have an account in 1365, and there's a big KvK. 2489 is gonna have a big KvK as well. So at least what I gotta do is zero my accounts, right? Make sure that if we go out with a bang, we enjoy, and we bring some good content for you guys. And then, ooh, that was a very nice spin. Wow, guys. Wow. I don't think Lilith wants me to quit. Look at that. Why does my counter say 0? Actually, for this account, I'm not going to spin anymore on this account. So let's not worry about the counter, but just look at that picture. As I was saying, we were thinking about quitting the game and all that. And then we got 10, 11 heads. Are you fam? Who ally with who, bro? Are they done Diplo? Yes. So the Diplo, it's not final, but we are at. I believe that we are at a stage where we can talk about Diplo, and hence the stream. So we can talk about what was proposed, where we landed. It looks all exciting. AT 4 versus 4 Ladus. We are allies. Hey, AT sounds good, man. B, hello, man. Pancake, morning. Very hyped KvK, let's go. Yes, so very hyped KvK, very hyped stream as well now, because we just started off with 11 heads. Not that I'm trying to maximum this account. So this is my 1365 account, the low spender account, where I don't really do like a lot. So I'm just going through my clicks and stuff, and then we're gonna go talk about the KvK. Actually, let me bring this screen up. Let me bring something up for you. Let's zoom out. And let's talk about, oh, not here, sorry. Not zoom out. Here. So let's talk about the kingdom first. So you guys probably saw this picture already. I actually saw it in a few different streams myself, as well as in people talking about how exciting this KvK is going to be. And for sure, this is going to be quite exciting, because you got 5 Imperium KDs in this Strife of 8. Now, Strife of 8, when you're playing, like at least for me, when I'm playing Strife of 8 kind of feels a little bit more stressful than Heroic Anthem. But then from a viewer point of view, this is surely more entertaining because there's a lot more action. It's probably not the best KvK to play because you pretty much lower your chances of holding the ziggurat at the end. So nowadays it's more important. Like at one stage it was just about the star and no one really cared about the star as much. Hype boy, thank you for your subscription. But now it's not just about getting that star, it's about getting the rewards that you get from the autark rewards, the rewards that you get from holding the ziggurat and holding your center fortress, I believe. So whatever the case is. So yeah, so this is going to be quite interesting. TSN Lambu, 1960 and 1365 versus all would have been better than the fight in Kingsland for the Zig. Yeah, I mean there's 1093 as well. So in terms of the kingdoms, guys, let's talk about the kingdoms. Now there are 3 names that everyone probably definitely knows. So the biggest names, so you got 1365, you got 1093, you got 1960. So these 3 are the biggest sort of kingdoms here, right, in this KvK. And then you got a couple more powerhouses there as well. You got 1534 and you got 1175. So 1534 and 1175, I mean, they're not necessarily the most household names, but if you're like a decent follower of Rise of Kingdoms, if you watch people's streams and everything, then you kind of know these KvKs. I mean, these kingdoms, they're pretty big, they're pretty strong. But then, as usual, there are some kingdoms here who obviously are not as strong as the other ones, so they had to kind of pair up to make up the camp. So the 5 Imperium kingdoms are the ones that we probably kind of know. Now, when you have 5 rather than 6 or 4, obviously Diplo is harder. It's kind of difficult to, make a right balance or whatnot. Huang Ven, 2 versus 6, while 6 have 93, 75, 34. Bad idea. Hey, man. Of course, bad idea. You put 9. Oh, actually, I don't know. Yeah, actually, you know what? We're gonna talk about all those. We're gonna talk about all those probabilities. So we got a mail from the kingdom. So we are gonna talk about that as well, as in how 1365 wanted to do the Diplo and where it ended and so on. Lambu, I was just trolling. Wasn't a serious comment. So guys, let's have a look. So these are the kingdoms and you can kind of see who is in which camp based on this. Now let's see if we can. Now we got 11 hours, so tomorrow at reset pre-KvK starts, which is obviously exciting. Now we will try to cover as much as we can. Even if we're doing just Marauders, we may end up doing some streams just to follow the activity of the kingdoms as well. But I actually wanted to show you some pictures. So let's go through this. So this is something that I got from the 1365 Discord. So someone posted it there. So they actually went through, and can you see it? Yeah, you can. All right. So this is where you kind of have all the alliances listed, and you have the power of each of those alliances from that camp listed, and then at the same time you have kind of the kill points as well. So you get a better idea of how, you know, the matchmaking that has been done by Lilith, as in whether all of these kingdoms, in a way, Lilith should be making sure that the camps are equally somewhat matched, right? Because Lilith doesn't know who is going to deploy with whom. So I don't know whether you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it quite clearly, I think. So we're going to talk about it in a bit. TS and Lambu, if you're going to talk about me, please use English. Okay, that's not that wasn't at me. Okay, I thought I was speaking English with a funny accent, but still English. Bao Ming. So what's the decision? Who is fighting who, or is it too early to tell? No, it's not too early, man. We are gonna go into that in a bit. So we're just looking at the kingdom power. So there is a initial diplo that has been done, I believe. 1862. Hi boy, 1862 is in this KvK. Yes, 1862 is in this KvK. All right, man, we're gonna have a good time. Gonna be an epic KvK. Bobby Davis, yeah, has to be, man. So 1093 and 1365, they have been having amazing KvKs recently, as in the last few 1365 KvKs. The way they did the diplo kept the KvKs interesting and fun for everyone to participate and watch. Same goes for 1093 as well. Their last few KvKs has been pretty great as well. Definitely worth watching. And then same goes for 1960 as well. Now, I heard that 1175 had some good KvKs as well, but for some reason I haven't really watched 1175 in action before myself in KvK. I saw them in Ark, but they're not in KvK. But then I guess we'll, you know, there's the first time we'll find out this KvK. And then 1534, we obviously know from their Ark of Osiris performance, pretty strong KD. Given Ladus Gaming 1960, I think they cannot ally with Korean kingdoms. They cannot. 1960. Actually, you know what? I heard something like that as well, man. But why not? Like, do you know? No one told me why not. I haven't heard that bit. So I heard that no, they can't be allied. I don't know why. Why can't they be allied? But anyways, we'll go into the allies and enemies a little bit. We just wanted to show the what's it called, the alliance powers and kills and so on. B 1365 and 1093 should not be allied. You know what? On that, I actually thought it'll be quite interesting if it was 1365 plus 1093 versus all. Wouldn't that be amazing? I think that'll be amazing. But then I don't think that's the direction this is going. So, you know, what you asked for, B, I don't think that's going to happen. Satish Kumar, 1365 chose allies. Yes, I think initial talks has been done. Yes. And we are going to talk about it in a bit. Epic KvK, epic lag. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. This is going to lag so much. So you got like two of the biggest kingdoms in the game here. So five alliance, so a lot of players, and it's a strife, which means more kingdoms and so on. So this is gonna lag quite a bit. We'll see. 1175. Okay, now is that Mimi KD? Yes, it is. So guys, let's have a look at the alliances that we have in 1365, right? So 1365 main alliance, you got JST at 15.2, BLN 13.4, OG 13.6, JG 11.8, and you got DF at 9.9. So if you kind of compare that with what 1093 has, so you have 13.9, 12.9, 12.9, 11.1, 10.7 billion. So 5 very strong alliances. So overall, you'd say that they have 5 10 billion plus alliances, these two kingdoms. So in a way, yes, if you want to kind of keep it fair and interesting, you probably should separate them unless they take a 2 versus 6. So these are somewhat comparable, I would say that. And if I haven't added up in this screen, we don't have the kill points added up as well, but if you look at the kill points, you'll see that all these alliances, all 5 alliances from both KDs has a decent amount of kill points. So not exactly matching, but then overall 5 combined, it'll be quite similar as well. B, alliance power will increase after troop training stage. Yeah, of course. So, but that's probably going to happen for all KDs, right? Yeah, for all KDs that probably will happen. Now, by the way, guys, is the music volume too high? Like for me, it feels like the music volume is a little too high. Let me just check where I have the music volume at. Nah, it's all right. So this is where I usually have it anyways. All right. So there you go with 1365 and 1093. Now let's find out about the other KDs a little bit. So Mimi 1175. So they're like a 2 alliance kingdom, right? So overall, you're looking at about 28 billion power and less than 1 trillion kill points. So as much as 1175 is strong, 1175 is not obviously 1365 and 1093 level. So there is obviously a big difference. So if you think about like a matchmaking standpoint, if Lilith was trying to make each camp roughly equally strong, I kind of don't get this like at all. Like look at that. So the first 2 alliances from 1365 equals to what 1175 has. And then what about the other 3 alliances 1365 has? 1175's camp doesn't have it. So shouldn't there be like another kingdom here with 1175? I don't know. So where's the logic in that? Bamingzyong, I like 3 versus 5. 1365 plus 93 plus 34. So you want 1365, 1093, 1534 versus 3. If that was the case, I think 1365 and 1093 and 1534 will win easy, man. That'll make it probably too easy for that side. Any predictions? So we know who the allies are, and we're gonna go to that in a bit. But then in terms of prediction, that's for you guys to make, right? Like as in after we talk about who the allies are, who the enemies are, then you guys can kind of think whether the matchmaking was fair. Who do you think is gonna win? I think the matchmaking was fair, to be honest. As in like the diplo was fair, the matchmaking wasn't, because the point that I was making just there, 1175, the first 2 doesn't even match up with the first 2 from 1365, but 1365 has extra 3. So 1175 probably should have had like another kingdom there. That just makes sense. Bobby Davies, I'm in 1093. We have allies already. Yep. So alliances have been kind of done, I think. There should have been like emails in all the kingdoms. So that's something we'll talk about in a bit, man. Tech, have you already announced allies, Ladus? Yes, we have. AT, but I haven't done it on the stream, like as in 1365 has. AT, TBH, 2199 doesn't belong in that KvK. 2199. So I'm guessing these 2 alliances are from 2199, the bottom 2. So if you look at that, yeah, I mean, yeah. But then you don't necessarily have all the big KDs signing up for the same KvK in the same pop, right? So sometimes having other KDs, I mean non-high profile KDs is unavoidable. I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think to balance it, there probably should have been more KDs. Because as a camp, I feel bad for 1175 now, because they don't have enough. But then I haven't gone through the rest yet, so let's kind of go through the rest. So if you look at 1534, 15 billion, 12 billion, 9 billion, well, almost 10 billion, so 3 alliances. And if you look at the KP, that's not necessarily bad either. So we know that they're a strong kingdom. So in a way, 1175, 1534, those 2 camps, they probably match up well, as in like power wise, the power of this camp and the power of this camp probably kind of makes sense. But then what doesn't make sense is having like big 1365 and big 1093 on either side. Then I don't know. So say for example, if you are talking about, you know, holding the ziggurat at the end, or you know how the autark rewards and however they work out. So if you put 1175 or 1534 here, then like if you have kingdoms like 1365 and 1093, how is it gonna work out? They're like so much bigger. So even if you do like however you do a 4 versus 4, you're kind of saying, you know, the smaller ones probably don't have as much of a chance, right? Maybe, I don't know. Bobby Davies should have been 248 at the bottom with us. 248. Where is 248? Oh, as in Kingdom 248 could have come in here. Yeah. Could have been. Now let's look at 2142 and 1786. I don't know anything about these KDs. Just have a look at their power. So 2 Alliance Kingdom, 2 Alliance Kingdom. In terms of kill points, very low. I mean, no, but by very low, I mean compared to the, you know, the bigger ones that we just had a look at. So all of that combined. Now, remember how earlier I was saying that 1175 isn't strong? But if you add all of that up, their kill points are not even close to 1175, let alone 1365 or 1093. So kill points, power, actually power maybe, yeah, I mean power is actually pretty good. So their power isn't bad. But if you look at the kill points, you can kind of tell that they're not going to be as strong. Upper KDs in the map versus bottom KDs, that's an option as well. Yep, tech, I'm looking forward to Ladus 1365, Ladus 2489. Thank God, man. My money is on the lower spender version. Amen. Thank God that's not happening, tech. So there was a chance that could have happened. But 2489 didn't actually get matchmaking in this. 2489, my main account, that didn't get a matchmaking this KvK. So the 2489 will go in the next pop probably. So thank God I don't have to fight against myself in the same KvK. That would have been sad. Lilith making me fight myself. Alright, so if you look at the powers here, power-wise, these two KDs combined, I feel like they kind of belong. But if you look at the KP, it's kind of bad. It's kind of not good. But then the same case is here as well, 2389, 2199. So if you look at the power, ooh, 2199, it's like 9.7 and 7.3. Lilith really shouldn't have put them in this KvK. The kill points, you're looking at 54 billion and 53 billion, just as a comparison. So these two combined is 100 billion, right? And then just below you got 1960, one of their alliances, 1960, I mean 60 GT is 1.5 trillion. So when 1960 goes for, if they're not allied, we are not talking about allies yet, but when 1960 goes for the camp above, what do you think is going to happen? You got a KD with 54 billion plus 53 billion, so 107 billion KB. Jabba, hello Ladus, how are you? Hey man, I'm going alright. How are you, Jabba? Good to have you here. B, 2489 and 1254 are missing in this KvK. Yep, well, 1254, I think they're just about to finish their KvK, or just finished, like as in they're not ready for this pop. And then on the other hand, 2489 didn't get matchmaking, so they're going in the next pop. In a way, yes, those two KDs being here would have made it interesting, but then at the same time, if you have all the KDs in one KvK, after this KvK for the next 4 months, what are we gonna watch, right? Because then there's nothing to watch. Ladus, so has it been confirmed? Is it 2 versus 6? No, man, it's not 2 versus 6. It's actually has been proposed 2 versus 6, but that's not the case. We are gonna come to that in a bit. Muhammad Ali, no matchmaking for 1474 also. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like how can Lilith go and say no matchmaking when they did kind of do really weird matchmaking here? Like if they're trying to make it like balanced, how the F is this balanced? Like look at that, 2199, 2381, both of them combined. Like do they kind of belong with the other big powers and big kill point kingdoms? But anyways, so far what we noticed is 1365, 1093, as we know, different sort of level. 1175, 1354 is probably the next level. But then these two camps, the ones with two kingdoms, and maybe this one as well, if you look at 1862 and 1187, these two as well. So 12 billion power for the first two alliances, and then for 1187, 10 billion and 10.7, 11 billion and 8 billion. But then look at the kill points. So these three camps, the problem we kind of have is these three camps, I don't know whether they're kind of on par. I don't know whether these three camps kind of feels on par with some of the other ones. And then there's the question of 1960. Now 1960 is a separate sort of topic. Tien Viet Q, Ladus, hey man, how you going? So yeah, 1960 is a separate kind of topic, because if you look at the power, you can say the power is comparable to the Mimi Kingdom, right? 1175, or even lower than the 1534 KDs. So if you add up those power, if you add up that power, 1960 is a little less. But look at the kills. So 1960 is like an engineered KD, like exceptional fighters, exceptional spenders, exceptional activity. So as much as the power doesn't pull the weight, they're obviously, we know they're like a powerhouse. So how do you kind of, you know, match make with all of that combined? So 1.5 in one alliance, 1.5 trillion kill points. And here you got 53 billion, 54 billion, 100 billion, 80 billion, 200 billion, and you got 1.5 in one alliance. Lilith is very happy with this KvK. Yeah, Lilith should be happy, man. Lilith's gonna get a lot of what's it called, revenue out of this. Yeah, of course. Now, one of the things I wanted to do, give me just a quick sec. Sorensen, hey man, how you going? Good to have you here, man. Alright, so I did what I wanted to do. Okay. Now let's look at the next picture. So this is where we talk about, you know, who is allied with whom. So let's minimize the other picture. Ooh, yep. This is the one that we want to look at now. So there you go, guys. You got the allies and enemies and everything. Now this is the picture that we used in the cover. So you guys, just from the cover of the stream, probably should know who is allied with whom and whatnot. But here it is. So I'm pretty sure this is where we landed. I'm just making sure. Bobby Davis, hey man, this is what you know. Bobby Davis is from 1093. So Bobby, this is what you know as the final outcome as well, right? So it's not like 1365 got one version of it and 1093 got another version of it. That'll be funny. Lilith is always happy every KvK. Yeah, man. Always happy. Draco. 1365 will be allied with who? Well, good timing of that question. You got the answers over here in that picture. So I believe this is not like a final version. This is what I saw on Discord as where we probably settled on. So you got 1365, you got 1175, 1534, and you got 2381 and 2199. So the top side, somewhat, top left, allied, and then you have bottom right, allied. Now, I have added up all the power and kill points and everything as well. So that kind of tells you powers and kill points of each camp. Korea will team up. Yeah, I think Korea teamed up. DJ, solid. Yeah, this, I think, so this is what I think. I think this is actually quite balanced. I actually think this is quite balanced because as much as it would have been like an interesting idea to have 1365 and 1093 allied and fighting versus the 2v6, that actually would have been quite interesting. But then, in a way, you do want 1365 and 1093 to be like on opposing sides so that, you know, you got the two big KDs kind of fighting. So if you look at the power, very similar. So these are rough numbers, obviously, and I may have done mistakes when I was manually calculating them, but roughly speaking, you're looking at 63 billion power on 1365, you're looking at 62 billion power for 1093. So very similar. In terms of kill points, 1365 you got 2.4 trillion and 1093 you got 2.1 trillion. So based on these numbers, you do want them to be on opposing sides. So at least the two big kingdoms are on opposing sides, which actually makes it pretty good. B, nice. 1960 and 1365 will meet in zone 5. Yep, that's how it looks like. Anis, pretty good. Evenly matchmaking. I don't think anyone should be disappointed with it. Yeah, I think it kind of looks alright. Well, we'll keep talking about it and see. We'll see how the rest of it goes now. So the next comparison should be these two kingdoms. So these two camps are probably the weaker camps in a way. So you got 40 billion power, you got 45 billion power. So the power isn't actually that low. So the power is actually much higher than the Mimi Kingdom, like 1175, and power is much higher than 1960 as well. So you got 40 and 40 billion. But then if you look at the kill point side of things, you got 0.5 and you got 0.8. So this is like really weak. 0.5 is like really weak. But then 0.8 is not that much better either, right? So you got this camp and this camp. One of them belongs to 1365, one of them to the 1093 side. So in a way, so the two weaker sort of players, actually maybe I shouldn't say this, maybe I should compare with this. So you got 0.5 here and you got 0.5 here. 40 billion, 43 billion, 0.5, 0.5. So one of them goes to 1365, one of them goes to 1093. So that kind of looks fair. So the two strongest takes two of the weakest each. And then the next bit is the problem is 1960. And when I say problem, because on one hand you got 28 billion power, but then on the other hand you got 1.8 trillion gil points. That's like a lot. That is like a lot. So how do we compare the remaining? So 1175 plus 1534. I don't know whether these two kingdoms combined actually equals to 96. I don't know. I think maybe they do. Maybe they do. What do you guys think? Actually, let me ask you this question. This is the part I'm not too sure about. So the weakest and the strongest, they have been paired up very well in this KvK. But then the next bit, let me see if I can do a poll. Start a poll. So what do you guys think? 1960, who wins? 1960 is on one side, and on the other side, you have 1175 plus 1534. Actually, who wins? So if that was the KvK, forget about 1365, forget about 1093. If you only had 1960 versus 1175 plus 1534, so power wise, 1175 is very similar power to 1960, 28 billion each, but then kill point is half. So if you pretty much add up the kill points from 1534 and 1175, that matches up with this one over here, 1.8 trillion. So that's where I'm not too sure which way to kind of recommend on this. I mean, as strong as 1960 is, 1534 is decent. 1175 isn't bad either, so I don't know. And then it's not just 1960, you have this one here as well. So kill point wise, let us do a calculation. So how much kill point? Ooh, that's too big. How much kill point do we have on the 1365 side? We got 2.4 plus 0.9 plus 1.1 plus 0.5. So that's 4.9. So on the 1365 side, you got 4.9, and on the bottom side, as in the 1093 side, how much have you got? I think it's going to be pretty even, or close to at least. 0.8 plus 2.1 plus 0.5 plus 1.8, 5.2. It's actually very close. So you got 4.9. So on the 1365 side, kill point is 4.9 trillion. And on the 1093 side, you got 5.2. So 4.9 and 5.2, I would say that's pretty even, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty even. And then even if you look at the power side of things, not necessarily. By the way, guys, we got invaders here. It's okay, you guys, it's okay. Like I told them. So guys, we got visitors here. So I got the daughter and the son, as I was saying. So mom's not here, so I'm kind of the single parent situation here. So I couldn't lock the door. I have both of them kind of walking around. If I close the door, then they cry. But usually they don't bother with stream too much. 1960 Pumba has subscribed. Hey, good to have you here, man. So guys, you have a very decent KvK, I would say. A very decent KvK, not just the big names, but in terms of matchmaking, in terms of the diplo, how the leadership kind of went about it and did the diplo. I don't know whether there could have been other combinations, but then I normally don't like this. Remember the 1254, 1556 KvK where you had not all allies together? It was a 4v4 as well, but it wasn't a fun 4v4 because you had random allies in random places. But I kind of like it like this style when you have all the allies in one row and you have the other allies in the other row. I think that's quite important as well. Because otherwise one kingdom gets locked out and then it's not balanced and whatnot. But at least we got similar kill point breakdown. I mean, power probably similar as well, but as we know, power doesn't matter, right? Like kill point matters more, and kill point wise it's 4.9 and 5.2. That's pretty good. All right, let's see what happened with the poll. Let's see what is happening with the poll. Let's end the poll. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. So I'm not surprised with the poll results. So 86% of you guys think 1960 wins. 85% of you guys think 1960 actually wins. 1960 wins versus 1175 and 1534. So a part of me kind of wishes 1960 wasn't in this KvK. So if it wasn't 1960, if it was any other kingdom, then it would have been even more balanced, I guess. But then it wouldn't have been as exciting. So in a way, the neutral in me thinks that having 1960 makes this KvK even more exciting. But then the fact that I'm not exactly neutral, right? I'm playing in 1365. From that regard, it does scare me to have 1960 on the other side. So in a way, in a way, as you saw on the title, that's like how I am looking at it. As in, it's 1365 versus 1960 and 1093, because these are the three big names that you have, and it had to be one big name versus the other two. It obviously had to be, because there's no other way to break three. And even from an Imperium point of view, you have 5 Imperium, so it's not like you can do much with that either. So like it's not for it, you couldn't do like 2 versus 2. So either way, I think this is going to be quite exciting. So that's the matchmaking, that's the power ranking. So you kind of got everything here now. Hey, wait, what am I doing? Something happened to the stream? No, nothing happened to the stream. Okay, all good. So yeah, B, it is still balanced. 1365 is stronger than 1093. Yes, well, 1093 is a very strong KD, but then what I'll say is, if you look at the power, there is 1 extra billion power. I don't know how much of a difference that makes, but in terms of kill points, there is a little bit more kill points. But end of the day, it's not about one individual KD, like you can't. But if you look at the camp wise 4 versus 4, as we said, 4.9 trillion versus 5.2 trillion, that's fair enough, right? If only 1254 can join this KvK. Has been a while since 1254 did like a massive KvK, right? I mean, their last KvK was kind of lackluster in a way, but then yeah, having 1254 here would have been exciting, but then would have been, because you know how now you have 1365 and 1093, so you kind of have the 2 big on each side. If you put 1254 here, because those 3 are the biggest kingdoms now, right? So then how do you split? So if you do 1254 versus 1365 plus 1093, then that any side where the 2 goes becomes much stronger. So in a way, as much as, you know, having 1254 here would have been fun, but maybe not having 3 major KDs is good. So you want either 2 or 4, because as we were saying, this is like semi-balanced still. But then if you put like 1254 here, then the matchmaking, as in the Diplo, would have been like really weird. And 1254 hasn't really been taking like really challenging KvKs lately, which means they're like OP strong. So yeah, I don't think that would have worked out well. Artesia 1960 is lightweight, but their kills are too much from medium KDs. I don't know, man. I don't know. They got some strong players. Aiken 2 versus 6. So over here, yeah, 2 versus 6 we did talk about. So now I thought what we can do is we have a little check on, I'm not going to read out the whole thing, but then from the 1365 Discord, I just looked at, you know, what are the things from a 1365 they were proposing. So I think, actually, sorry, I take it back. Not what 1365 proposed. So what the leadership teams from all the KDs kind of discussed. So the different options that has been discussed. So all leaders from all KDs, I think they kind of had a meeting where they were discussing how to make sure the KvK is balanced and fun and all that. So one of the options that was discussed was the 2v6 that I was talking about. So the first option that was discussed was, can 1365 and 1093 ally and versus the other KDs. So 2 versus 6. That necessarily wasn't accepted by all. And then there was some combinations of 3 versus 5 as well. In some of those combinations, 1365 and 1960 were considered to be together. Now that didn't kind of work out as well. In terms of the 4 versus 4, I think there's 11 options listed here. So in the 1365 Discord, the king is saying, so just save is saying that there were 11 options discussed. Out of the 11 options, the version that you're looking at, this is the one that everyone kind of settled on. In a way, based on the email, I would say that the 1365 leadership is somewhat saying they're not entirely happy with the outcome, but they believe this is still going to be entertaining. I think the other 11 options that were discussed, 1365 from a kingdom point of view may have been a little happier with, but then yeah, this is where we kind of settled. But yeah, the reason why I thought I kind of referred to it is because you guys were talking about the 2 versus 6, so the 2 versus 6 definitely has been discussed. Morgan, thank you for your subscription, man. How's Rabbit 1254? Lol, haha. Lol, 2 versus 6 is too much. Yeah, nah, man, Draco, 2 versus 6 actually would have been fun, right? Like, as in we see 4 versus 4, 3 versus 5 all the time, but a 2 versus 4 with the big names involved would have been fun. Do you guys think, actually, not that this is a hypothetical question now, not that this is happening, but let me ask you this. Start a poll. Would you have preferred the 2 versus 1? Would you have preferred the 2 versus 6? Not 2 versus 1, 2 versus 6. Yes and no. Oh, I actually have to type yes and no. There. Alright, sorry. Alright. So obviously this is the version that we have, but in the poll, what we are asking you guys is, do you guys think it would have been more interesting if it was a 2 versus 4? So 1365, 1093 versus the rest of the world, as in the other 6 camps. Now, let's see what you guys think on that. And the other question, actually no other question. I actually think I like this better than the 2 versus 4 actually, because now I'm thinking from a viewer point of view, I probably would have liked the 2 versus the 2 versus 6, but from a player perspective, as someone playing in 1365, I think I would probably prefer the 4 versus 4 that we have going on. So anyways, that's the KvK situation. So you guys got to see that a little bit. Now I did do actually, you know what, I'm not gonna do the farming and all that now, because after the stream I'm probably gonna do that, but for now let's go to the main account, because in the main account I do have some wheel spinning to do, so we can probably do that together. But then KvK I'll probably do with the kids, as in, lying down in bed trying to put them to sleep, because it's midnight and they're running around still. They're still running around. Alright, let's see how the voting is going so far. We got 35 votes. Alright, guys, keep going. We'll stop the poll in like a minute. Alright, no one's doing nothing in any of my accounts. Everyone's home. No one's farming, no one's barbing, nothing. What about my dispatches? Hey, some of them came back. What did we get? Oh, choice chest, yes. And then Cav all damage. Alright, this is beautiful. So we got a Cav attack, Cav defense, all damage. Not bad. Now, we're not going to talk too much about armaments today, because I'm kind of planning to talk about armaments quite a bit tomorrow. So you know what we want to talk about in terms of armaments. And this is pretty much the last lot that I'm doing. Yeah, so we got to do resources almost now. We got this again. So what we're hoping to do with armaments is, since the last time when we, in one of our streams, like 5 days ago, we talked about armaments, I kind of have been saving up the chests. So what we'll do is, in tomorrow's stream, I should be able to stream tomorrow, I think. And in tomorrow's stream, we can go and kind of open up everything that we have. So we saved up 87. By tomorrow, we are probably going to get to 100. So we can open 100 of these formation choice chests, and then we can open that one legendary choice chest that we have as well. I don't know how we got that. But anyways, we have one. So we'll kind of open them up. And there's quite a lot that we got. I'm pretty sure most of it is crap. Actually, I think all of it is crap. But then we're going to dismantle all of them as well. Now, one big thing is the way I was going about dismantling things previously, based on the latest dev feedback. Obviously, that's not the best way to go. So previously, we thought you can't change any of these attributes. So when you get... let me find one of them that's... okay, so maybe this one. So you got Cav March Speed, you got Cav Health, so you kind of got two decent ones. And then the third one is Archer March Speed. So you kind of don't want to keep this, right? I mean, in a way you can because it's two, but in a way you didn't because one of them is really bad stats. But what Lilith was saying in their last dev feedback, I believe, is there should be a way in the future where you could be able to re-roll one of these attributes. So if you can do a re-roll, then some of the stuff that we were dismantling before, we probably shouldn't be. But then anyways, it wasn't just me. Everyone kind of went through that, so no special regrets. So some of our viewers actually took some screenshots of of one of our streams and sent it to me saying, hey, Ladus, you just dismantled this. And now Lilith is saying you could have just re-rolled one of them. Now when the re-roll comes, I don't know. By the time the re-roll comes, am I gonna be still playing? I don't know. Now look at that. What is this? I got double inscription. Wow. Troops take... I haven't even looked through this. This is what I want to do tomorrow with you guys. But now that I see a double inscription, I thought I'd check. Troops take 2% less normal attack damage. That doesn't really mean much. Increased troop damage dealt by 1.5. That is a big deal. Infantry march speed, archer defense, these are not really like, you know, big deals. Damage to barbarians 6.2. So I can kill a lot of KvK barbs with this. But anyways, so we'll talk about that stuff tomorrow. But what we're going to do today then is, let me actually do this. So what we're going to do today is do the wheel. Let's have a look at the wheel. Alliance quiz. I have been kind of missing all of them. Is a quiz running now? Register. 32 minutes. All right. 32 minutes later, we can do that. Now, in terms of the events, there's not much to talk about. We know how all of these events work anyways. And because we have tomorrow where we can still talk about these events. These events will last a few more days. All right, let me close the poll actually. Let me close the poll. Open poll. End poll. So, what's the results? So we have 56 votes. No, that's the previous poll. Okay, new poll. Would you prefer a 2 versus 6? So 70% of people, 69% of people says no, we do not prefer the 2 versus 6. So 30% says that they would have preferred the 2 versus 6. Well then, 70% of you guys, what you wanted, you're kind of getting it, because it's not a 2 versus 4, it's a 4 versus 4, so you get what you want. All right. For real, that T means trillion? Yeah, man. Beat. The T actually means trillion. It is. DS and Lambu, 79 watching, only 39 likes. Yes, guys. WTF to that. Let us drop some likes. Let me give you a reminder to drop the likes. Let me give you another reminder to drop the likes. All right. Mustafa, they're saying you open 4 each time it's the best. All right, man. I haven't heard that. But Mustafa, if you say that, when we open it tomorrow, we're going to do that 4 at a time. So we're gonna do it tomorrow. So probably around the same time I can stream tomorrow. So we'll do all armament stuff tomorrow. And some pre-KvK 1365 pre-KvK stuff as well. Recycle all blue. If purple has 2x attributes, your troop type, keep it. So Lambu with advice. So if it's blue, just recycle it anyways, because eventually you're gonna get all the purple. At least you're gonna keep purple and obviously legendary. So the blue ones just dismantle. But two stats is what we're looking for. Nen M, evening Ladus. Nen M, why you so late, man? We talked about 1365 KvK, the hype KvK involving 1960 and what's it called? 1093, 1175, 1534. That hype KvK. You coming in like an hour late and saying evening. Should have been here earlier, man. All right, at least you guys are here now. Now, I'm not gonna play the like thing again. But I hope you guys dropped the like and all that, because we're gonna get started with the wheel. So Sargon, as you can see on day one, I just did the free and 50% off. But then the reason why I did that yesterday is because I was thinking, can you guys see my gems? Yes, you can. So I got, as you can see, I got 71k gems. Now, if you saw my stream 5 days ago, I didn't have any gems. Like, I used up all the gems to get the state forum to level 23. That was the minimum requirement. So to get to 23, I used up all the gems. And then I was in a Lilith hating mode. And I didn't want to spend more money. And then I was thinking, you know what? I don't care. After this KvK, I'm not playing anyways, so I'm not going to care about whether I max Sargon or not. I am still in that mindset. I'm pretty sure after this KvK, as in the 1365 and 2489 KvK, there's a good chance I'm going to stop playing. But then, in the meantime, like, since I'm like a high power player here, I'm gonna put my best effort, which is why I thought, you know what, I wasted so much money on Lilith already. I might as well, you know, spend a little bit more and make sure that I'm going ahead in the 2489 and 1365 KvK full force. Nenem, who is your alliances? Alright, so Nenem, just for you, man. Just for you, I'm gonna bring up the picture one more time. No, this is not the picture. Where's the picture? This is the picture. No. Is this? Yeah, that's the picture. This is not the picture. This is not the picture. This is the picture. Yes. So there you go, 9M. So it's the teams in white versus the teams in not blue, sorry, yellow. So bottom right teams versus top right teams. That's how the KvK is looking like. Lambert, my guess is random element will be incorporated into reassigning attributes. Yes, 100%, man. There is little chance Lily lets you select the attribute you want. Again, 100% agree. It'll probably cost silver coins to random. I think Lilith's probably gonna put golden coins, maybe. But yeah, everything you said, Lambu, I'm probably on the same page as well. So what Lambu is talking about is if we want to re-roll the armament. So say for example, I got Cav, Archer and all damage. I think Lilith is going to allow me to pick one of the three. So obviously in this case, I'm going to select Archer Defense to re-roll. So every time I re-roll, I would need some sort of currency. And when I re-roll, I won't be able to select Cav or whatever I want. So it'll be a random draw again. So it doesn't mean you're going to get there that easily. So in a way, kind of trying to stick to the two rule policy that Lambu was talking about earlier, is in as long as you have two stats, two decent stats of the same troop type, preferred troop type, and the formation is right, then you kind of live with it. So for me, for example, doesn't matter what the stats are here, it says arch formation. So obviously I'm just going to recycle because it doesn't make sense for me to use this anyways. Well, like I got a very difficult name in the chat. No, actually not that difficult. Constantinos. Why did I say difficult? Because I saw all those alphabets. Sorry, Constantinos. Nebu or Artemisia behind 5551 Boudica. Either will do great. Probably Artemisia. either will do great, but I'll probably go with Artemisia. Spin for new attribute. That's out of the box thinking, man. Why are you giving Lilith ideas, Lambu? They're gonna bring out a new new wheel, and you're gonna spin with gems. I don't think Chizgul will take on any city rally if he was in this KvK. This KvK, I mean, Chizgul city is pretty big. As in, the thing is, when you're online, you can always take city rallies because you can bubble. Your allies can, defend. So yeah. All right. So anyways, why did we go into armaments again? Let's go back to the wheel. So let's start. So let's see if we get to press the counter at all. So the plan today is do as many as we can, and the remaining in tomorrow's stream, so that over the 2 days we do get 100. So the first one, we got gold stars, so that's pretty bad. Next spin, the 400. I have to get a new mouse. I feel like when I'm clicking, it's not picking up the clicks. All right, so we register on the board. That's one. Is one picking up? Yep, one picked up. All right, we start off with one. But Nanem, you know what you also missed? So in my old account, the 1365 account, we did a spin, 1-5 spin, and guess how many heads I got in that one? 11 heads. But then I obviously needed more here, so yeah, let's hope we get some more here. All right, 5 spin coming up. Starting off with building speed ups, and then stars, and tech speed ups, and stone, and it's pretty bad. It's why did I buy those gems? So now why did I buy those gems? For this building speed ups, I didn't have enough in the first place. F and Lilith. Alright, let's forget about it. Let's do 5 more, see where we land. So guys, I don't think today is a spinning day. I don't think I should be spinning today anymore. 2 in a row, two 5 spots, and this is it. NM 1365, no fight till past 6. For past 5, till past 5. Mustafa, very bad luck. Yeah, man. Lilith hates me. Obviously, I hate Lilith. Lilith hates me. What do you expect? Novel, good night, bro. This Sargon have a long term. Is Sargon have long term? Yes, I think Sargon is a long term investment, only for spenders though. This is depressing. Why do I have happy music in the background? Well, maybe the happy music is gonna change our luck. Let's see. Let's spin 5 more times. 2 5 spin in a row, not a single head. All right, now it changed. We got 1 universal followed by a Sargon head, so 2 heads, and then we get stoned followed by training speed up, the last one. All right, so this is kind of semi-decent. We got 3 heads. It doesn't make up for the last 3 spins by any means. Now that we are so far behind in terms of where we want to be, we need to get like 8 spots here now. Otherwise, there's no hope for this wheel, today's wheel. Real liked, thank you. It'll be a mouth-watering KvK. Yep, this is gonna be a mouth-watering KvK for Lilith and for the rest of us, probably as well actually. Lilith for the money that they're earning, and for the rest of us, the money that we're spending. Alright, so this is pretty good. We got 2 heads for the first 2, and then random grab followed by 1 more. So we're getting 3 altogether. Yes, 3. So 3 is decent. We're up to 7 now in total. So out of 24 spins, we got 7. Time for 5 more. Time for 5 more. Ooh, starting off with Sargon again. And Sargon again. 2 heads in a row, 3 heads in a row. This is going beautifully. Maybe an 8 spot here will make it perfect. No. Okay. Alright. Despite the first 2 horrible spins, now we are getting 3 in a row for 3 5 spins. So that takes us to 10. That's not bad. Now, probably should have done it before, but let's see where Sargon is now. Let's see where our Sargon is. And okay, so our Sargon is 5534. So how many skills have we got left? 2 and 1. So the last 2 is 80 and 80, and this is 75. How much is that? 80 and 80 is 160, and 75 means 235. Out of the 235, I got I got 90s. Let's say 90. 235 versus I need to get 100. Too much maths. I need to get 145 heads out of the spins today, tomorrow. Yeah, obviously that's not gonna happen, but then thank God there are some other events going on. So by the time KvK starts here, so I'll show you what's happening. We talked about the 1365 KvK, but over here, so they took away the message here. We were registered, and then it had a message here saying opponents not found. Now it says not registered, but yes, we were registered. We just didn't get an opponent. So that means we got time, so we are not rushed. Nanem, Lilith's raining, man. Hallelujah. Yeah. Spun to 10 for. Are you serious, Lambu? Charlemagne, you're going for Charlemagne? You know what? Not that I ever spun for Charlemagne, but then because I played early KvKs few times, my Charlemagne is actually in a pretty decent spot. Where is Charlemagne? There he is. 5554. That probably tells you how many times I played early KvKs. 554. Almost max Charlemagne. In the eyes of Chizgul, Charlemagne is the new meta. Is he? Did he seriously say that? I don't know, man. Sep, you could have been in our crazy KvK. Hope I can face you one day. Sep, I am in your crazy KvK. Now, guys, what did Sep just say? Sep, come on, man. I thought you knew. Look at that. Ladus Gaming 1365. I am in your KvK. I am in your kingdom, man. What are you talking about? Abdullah, she said Sargon is meta, you mean? Yep, Sargon is meta. Then why don't you like? No, I like Sargon. When did I say I don't like Sargon? I was talking about Lambu, talking about Charlemagne. Sargon I definitely like. I don't think Sargon is good for 5 matches. I mean, it doesn't give you enough kills, but it does the kingdom good favors if you're using Sargon. So yeah, Sargon is good. Real Madrid, are you quitting after this KvK? I want to. I actually wanted to quit already, but I am too greedy. As in as much as I think it's not good for me, taking up too much time, too much money, and I hate Lilith because Lilith is unfair and everything. But then playing a KvK in 1365 is addictive. You kind of don't want to give up that experience playing with all those people and people that you know. Something similar for 2489 as well, as in the people that we migrated here with. I know quite a lot of them for a while, and I'm just not ready to stop playing with them. Maybe after one more KvK. TS and Lambu, Sargon is quite good, but if you are a low spender, you'll find better value in Guan CPU. Yes, exactly. So that what Lambu said. So that's what I meant. Who was I? Abdullah. That's what I meant, man. Sargon is good, definitely, but probably not for low spenders. And I'm just gonna have a comment on that as well, as in, you know how Cheese and I'm not the same person, so everyone has their own opinion. So just because she said that doesn't really make it right. It makes it more popular, but doesn't make it right, I guess. And not that I'm disagreeing with him in the first place, but then yeah, there are many occasions where people disagree. Abdullah, Guan CPO, then what should I pair Alex with? So confused. So if you go Guan CPO, you can do Alex Harold if you like. You can do Alex CJ if you like. Furious, looks like we're gonna be allies, bro. I'm from 2381. Alright. Furious, good to have you here, man. Who else do you have at Abdullah? Well, Lambu is gonna help you out. Abdullah, by the way, Lambu is a veteran of this game with his own channel, so you should drop by his channel. He talks about commander pairings and everything all the time. Lots of good advice for him. All right, let's go ahead with the spinning. So we can do 5 more and let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. We are starting off with building speed ups, followed by food. This is so exciting. Finally, we get 1 Zargon. And star. And okay, this was pretty bad. Only 1 head out of this. This is this is bad. Abdullah, if you say no other commanders maxed at the moment, then the question I would ask you, this is exactly what I said in my Sargon guide. Like, the question you gotta ask yourself is, how many marches are you using? If the answer is 5 marches, then don't worry about Sargon. If your answer is 6 or 7 marches, maybe 7 marches, then worry about Sargon. Otherwise, you can use YSG or whatever, and you hold on to your gold heads for the next commander to come. And you don't need to use more than 1 infantry march necessarily. You can still use 1 infantry. There are good Cav Archer commanders as well. Set skip better. Hunky. Alright, Hunky is saying skip animation for a change of luck. 3 march, 2 infantry, 1 Cav. Why not 1 archer? You can use Boudica, you can use Artemisia, you can use YSG. Are you quitting after this KvK? Potentially, man. I'm not too sure. I want to quit. I just don't know whether I can. This is too addictive. As much as this is, I know this is not good for me. I still want to. I still find it hard to quit. Malik, how long till the next new command as well? These commanders just came out, so I would say at least a couple more months, at least. Alright, guys. So we're gonna go with skip animation and see whether that changes our luck. Does it though? No, it doesn't. It just gives us 1. Alright, we're at 11, May 12. Actually, I think I got 1 last time as well, so I should be 13, I think. Yeah, 13. Lambu, unless you're spending dollars on the game, don't work on backwards with commanders. Oh my god, Lambu with the best advices, guys. CG member here. Good live, bro. Hunky, good to have you here, man. My 2 cents. Lambu's 2 cents goes a long way, guys. So yeah, don't work backwards unless you're a big spender, I guess. Even for spenders, it's kind of not wise, I would say. But anyways, let's do 1 more with skip. Let's see how it goes, and then we'll go back to normal. Yeah, no, guys, skip isn't working either today. Nothing's gonna work today. I gotta say things like, I love you, Lilith, I love you so much, such a good game, you're not greedy at all. You actually care about the players. You all your what's it called, your dev feedbacks are not fake at all. It's not like Lilith makes up the questions and the answers. The questions that are in the dev feedback, people actually ask those questions. So see, Lilith, I said good shit about you. Now give me some heads. Take off skill, skip animation. Give me some heads. Tech, welcome to welcome to Centurion. That's what the message says. All right, Tech. Thank you for renewal of your membership, man. Yeah, with Tech's membership renewal, did we get more luck? Did Tech's membership bring us more luck? I don't think it did. No, well, it kind of did. At least we got 2 this time, so we're sitting on 16 now. How many spins have we got? I think we get to like close to 70 maybe today. Maybe close to 70, so we got about 20 more left. All right, 5 more. One head. Still on one head only. Getting crap all over the place. Alright, just one head. Just one head. So 17. 17 altogether. Guys, what's happening? What is happening? No 8 spots today? Is that what we get for all the Lilith hating? No 8 spots. Food. Gold Star. 1 Sargon. Universal. And Tech. Right, 2. Only 2. So we're getting 1s, 2s, 3s, nothings. But no 8. Mustafa, I'm feeling sorry for you, man. Yeah, man, I'm feeling sorry for myself. Lambu, rip, yep. Rip. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. I don't think the luck's gonna change today. Oh, actually, we could only go up to 64. So that was our last 5. Let's see whether the last 5 gives us anything good. So far, 2 spins, nothing. And 3, nothing. 4, nothing as well. And followed up by 5, nothing. Hey Ladus, how would you pair Guan, Sargon, Alex and Scipio? I would go Guan and Sargon and Scipio and Alex. That's how I would go in that situation, I think. Actually, let me just think again. Yeah, I think that's how I would go. Ooh. Lambu is saying Guan, Alex, and Sargon Scipio. I get the Guan, Alex, Sargon Scipio. Lambu, you wanna go Sargon primary? Not. Actually, yeah, you want to go. Actually, what Lambu says is better. Guan, Alex, Sargon Scipio. Yeah, that's definitely better. Duke, bro, just stop playing the game. Your luck is so bad. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm pretty sure I'm going to, after like one more KvK, the big 1365 KvK and maybe a KvK with 2489. So by the end of the year, I'm gonna quit. I have been telling that to myself, saying that I have been telling myself that I'm gonna quit smoking for the last 12 years and I haven't yet. So if that's the case, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to quit, you know, Rise of Kingdoms. Alright, so what happened to Sargon? Can we put on a skill? I was kind of hoping, like, if we got lucky, we could have put like a skill on, but we can't. Sargon stays there. So hopefully our luck changes tomorrow a little bit. So we're gonna spin again tomorrow for Sargon, and tomorrow, guys, we are definitely going to do this as well. We're gonna have a big stream with armaments and everything, and see whether we wanna keep them or we wanna get rid of them, as in what to keep, what to get rid of. And the 87 here, tomorrow we're probably gonna make it 100, so 100 formation chest opening, and see how the luck kind of goes. Duke, I got a new legendary special talent from First Forge. Wow, Duke, lucky you, man, lucky you. And yeah, we kind of forgot about equipments, right? Like, because we're also hyped about armaments, which by the way was a big disappointment. But anyways, we haven't talked about forging for a while. So I think I'm finally at a stage where I have all the equipment that I wanted to have. Now it's time to start refining. So not yet. When we're in KvK, we will probably start refining some of them. The things that I can refine here at the moment, I don't think those are the items that I do want to refine. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in the future streams. I am 8 talents out of 14 now. Dick, I'm gonna kill you, man. I'm probably gonna kill you. I should. Like, not in game, probably in real life. 8 out of 14. So you are the reason I'm gonna quit RoK. 8 out of 14. When you find out someone have 8 out of 14 and you go into your equipment and you find out that you got 3 out of like 50 something. So I got 3 out of 50 something. And then these 3 only. 1, 2, 3. And then you find out from Duke that he got 8 out of 14. And then you feel like, you know what? I rage quit. I chuck my phone, chuck my PC. You know, you quit. This is how you feel like. And this is to both Duke and Lilith together. Duke, you get that as well. Abhishek, for Nev Zone, what is better, ring or horn? Nev Zone, well, you can go ring and horn, but if you had to pick, then horn. Satish Kumar, my archer full set, no special talent. Lilith need to buy more bags. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, guys, so this is pretty much what we had in stock for you guys today. We have been streaming for about an hour and a half, so we're probably gonna call it a day. I need to go and check up on the kids and stuff. But then I'm gonna quickly show you the picture again in terms of the KvK that's coming up. So this is the hype KvK that we're excited to go in. This is what kind of made me start streaming again today, because as you know that for the last 5 days I haven't doing anything, and I was kind of trying to slowly not play RoK. But then when you have a KvK like this, you feel like you're gonna be part of this, and I am part of this, playing in 1365. So I'm not gonna be spectating this KvK. I'm actually gonna be playing in this KvK through my 1365 account. And this is how the matchmaking looks like. So you got the top left versus bottom right. So it's 1365, 1175, 1534, 2381, and 2199. Allied versus 1960, 1862, 1187, 1093, 2142, 1786. So between the two camps, you got 4.9 trillion kill points in the top left hand side. You got 5.2 trillion kill points on the bottom right hand side. So between these two parties, these two alliances, you're gonna have a massive exciting KvK, and this is what we're looking forward to. 1960 is winning out another KvK. Yeah, there's a good chance 1960 is going to win this as well. So 1960, 1090. As much as I believe this is a fair matchmaking, no complaints from my part at least. But then playing in 1365, kind of knowing that on the other side you got 1093, not one big name. On top of that, you got a major big name of 1960. This is going to be quite challenging. But win or lose, this is going to be exciting. That's what we play, right? End of the day, it's not like if we win, Lilith's going to give us some of our money back or anything. So end of the day, what Lilith takes. It's not like you can take in-game stuff out and use it in real life. So win or lose, as long as we had fun, it's going to be happy. Alright, so guys, this is where we're gonna call it a day. If you're subscribed to the channel, if you dropped a like, then thank you already. If you haven't done either one of them, please do, so that you know when we are streaming again and you get to witness this special exciting KvK coming up in the near future for you. So pre-KvK starts tomorrow. So with that note, bye for now, and I will definitely see all of you guys tomorrow.